Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Have you ever hated someone without ever knowing their story? Have you ever punished a person for a mistake they never made? Have you ever wished pain for someone because of someone else? What will happen when two broken souls meet each other after years of separation? Who knowingly or unknowingly became the reason for each other's pain? Will they become each other's healing and end their sufferings before it's too late? Mrs. Min, Cookie, baby, don't run, slow down. Cookie, while running with his tiny baby feet. Mama said Mama will feed Cookie tasty pasta. New cook prepares super tasty food. Cookie has to reach there before all the tasty pasta has finished. Mr. Min, Jungle, this boy didn't miss his parents, he missed food. Mrs. Min, stopping at her place and panting hard. I can't run anymore. I'm tired. I'm sure this boy will grow up to be an athlete. Cookie, running back to them. What happened? Why is Mooney and Grandpa stop here? Mr. Min, Cookie, your Mooney is old now. She can't run behind Cookie. Mrs. Min, yeah, your grandpa is still young. Mr. Min, of course I'm young. There is no doubt. Cookie, Utti, time out please. Don't start fighting again. Because of your fighting, Cookie's tasty pasta will finish. Holding her hand, Muni, come, let's go. Cookie will be Muni's stick. Cookie will walk slowly. Cookie held her hand and started guiding her towards the military camp where both his parents were working as soldiers, but in different units. Usually, they didn't allow family to visit base camp and had meal together, but since Cookie was only 3 years old and his both the parents were in military, so he had a special permission to visit his parents and stay with them for few hours once a month. Here everyone knew Cookie and always waited for him. Soon they all reached at visitor counter where a couple was waiting for them in uniform. Cookie went to them and first saluted them. He was also in military uniform. His parents saluted him back. Yumi, oh, our little soldier finally learned how to salute. Cookie, proudly, yes, Cookie learned. Meow taught Cookie. Jihu, only you have the guts to call a lion meow. Looking at his parents and bowing with his wife. Hello mom, hello dad. Mr. Min, hello, how are you two? Yumi, we are Cookie holding Yumi's hand. Mama, let's go and eat tasty pasta before it gets finished. Jihu, he never comes to meet us. He always comes here to eat pasta. Yumi, slow down, Cookie. Your pasta isn't going anywhere. Cookie, dragging her. No, tasty pasta. Cookie's coming. With that, they all spent some family time together and had their lunch together. Everyone played with Cookie. After few hours, they all were heading back to their home. Cookie never cried because he was a brave son of his bravest parents. Note, all the scenes are imaginary. Please don't relate it with military life. Every country's military has their own rules and regulations. Mr. and Mrs. Min were talking with other senior officer. Cookie was playing with a butterfly who was wandering around Cookie. Butterfly flew inside a military hospital. Behind it, Cookie ran there too. Mr. and Mrs. Min ran behind Cookie to stop him because he wasn't allowed there. Senior officer went with them. Cookie heard the loud screaming and followed the voice. He swam. There was a crowd. He crawled between their legs and reached the ward. He saw a man was holding the bottle. He was looking terrified. He was shaking. His breathing wasn't normal. Doctors and nurses were trying to talk with him, but he wasn't ready to listen to them. The entire ward was scattered. Don't touch me. Don't try to come closer to me. Doctor, look, we aren't coming closer to you. Relax. Cookie crawled to him and hugged his legs tightly. Don't worry, Cookie's here. Cookie will protect you. Cookie was smiling and comforting the men. Man got lost in his voice. He didn't expect a hug, but before he could understand anything, he was injected and passed out. The last thing he saw before passing out was Cookie's smiling face. Doctor patted Cookie's head. Thank you, young soldier. Cookie looked at man. He? Doctor, he is fine, just sleeping. He needs rest. Don't worry about him. Mr. Min, Cookie. Cookie went to him. Cookie's here, Grandpa. Mr. Min, Cookie, why did you come here? Grandpa told you to not run here and there. Holding his hand. Let's go. Cookie turning around and lifting his fingers to men. That uncle is in pain. Cookie was trying to help him. Mrs. Min looked at men and was shocked. Minnie? Senior officer, Minnie? Do you know him? Mrs. Min. Yes, we know him. He is Minnie. But what is he doing here? Doctor, you all come with me. I have to talk with you. Mr. Min, They all came to doctor's cabin. Senior officer was with them. Cookie was with nurse and looking at Minnie. Mr. Min, doctor, now tell us, what is our Minnie doing here? What happened to him? Doctor, but first tell me who you are to the patient. Mrs. Min, we are his neighbors. He is like our son. His real name is Park Jimin. We all call him Minnie. He is very close to our family. Doctor, he has been here from past 1 year. We investigated his family, but There are no records of yours, Mr. Min. Maybe because we shifted another city few years ago because of some personal reason. You can ask to his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Park. Doctor, suspicious. You said you are very close to his family. Then how didn't you know that they both died 2 years ago in an accident? Mr. and Mrs. Min, shocked. What? Mr. and Mrs. Park are no more? Doctor, looking at your expression, anyone can easily say that you aren't as close to them as you are saying. Mr. Min, no, please trust us. They were very close friends of ours, like family. Few years ago, we shifted and lost touch. Doctor, but how do I trust you? Mrs. Min, you can ask Minnie. He will tell you the truth. Doctor, patient isn't in any condition to remember anything. He is in a trauma. Mr. and Mrs. Min talked with doctor and found out Jimin was in trauma. He wasn't recognizing anyone. They wanted to bring Jimin home, but doctor wasn't ready to send him with them. After senior officer Ji-hoo and Yumi's involvement, they finally got the permission to take Jimin with them. Doctor contacted another doctor in their city who would handle Jimin's case. 2 weeks later, after completing all the formalities, they brought Jimin home with them. Jimin was scared, but with Cookie, he was feeling safe. With him, a doctor and a nurse also stayed with him just to monitor his condition and handed over his keys to another doctor. Once Jimin adjusted himself with Min family, doctor and nurse left. Right now, Mrs. Min was feeding Jimin food with her hand and he was denying because he was behaving like a kid. Mrs. Min, Minnie, only last few bites are left. Finish it fast. Jimin, but Minnie's tummy is already full. Minnie won't eat it. Mr. Min, if Minnie won't eat it, then how will Minnie grow taller? Finish it fast, then we will play video game up abroad, the new set of video games. Jimin, no, Minnie doesn't want to play. Mrs. Min, raising the food-full chopsticks. Oh, then who will eat this Minnie's favorite food? Who wants to grow taller? Cookie. Cookie wants to eat. Munni, feed Cookie. Cookie will finish all this tasty food and grow taller. Opening his mouth. Ah! Mrs. Min, okay. About to feed Cookie, but Jimin ate the bite. Jimin, no, it's Minnie's food. Oh ma, feed Minnie fast. Minnie will finish all this super tasty food and grows taller. Jimin finished all the food and happily showed his thumb to Cookie. Mr. Min fed Minnie medicine. Jimin rested his head on Mrs. Min's lap, who was sitting on the floor. She started patting his head. Cookie laid beside him while hugging him, giving him company in sleeping. Jimin started patting Cookie's head. Soon they both fell asleep. Mr. and Mrs. Min were looking at Jimin. Mr. Min, grazing Jimin's face. We had dreamed of this day, but didn't know this day would come like this. I wish If few years ago we hadn't made that decision, perhaps things wouldn't be this complicated. Our Minnie wouldn't suffer this much. Mrs. Min, it is still isn't too late. Minnie's with us. We will make him normal again. He needs his parents and we are with him. He endured a lot of pain. Now there will be no pain in his life. Once we made the mistake of leaving him alone. Now we won't leave him alone ever. Mr. Min, you are right, but Mrs. Min, what but? Mr. Min, have you thought what will happen when he finds out about Minnie? He destroyed all the things which were related to him. Mrs. Min, scared. No, we won't let him to do anything to Minnie. Minnie is our son. He will stay with us. We have to protect him. Mr. Min, we will try our best to protect him. Jimin, in sleep. No, no, no. Please don't hurt me. Ah, Oma, Appa. Crying in sleep. Mrs. Min, wiping his tears. Oma and Appa are here. Minnie doesn't need to worry about it. Started singing lullaby to calm him down. Time skipped after a few weeks. A few weeks passed. Jimin became comfortable with Min family. He played with Cookie. Mr. and Mrs. Min showered their love on him. He slipped into little space because of his past trauma, but it wasn't permanent. He could come out from it anytime soon. He started going to doctor for his therapy session with everyone. He was still scared, but with everyone he wasn't terrified. He returned from his therapy session and sleeping peacefully. Cookie went out with Mr. and Mrs. Min for buying medicine and other stuff. After locking Jimin inside the house, they knew Jimin won't wake up till next 2 hours. A man tiredly entered his room. He threw his long coat on the bed without looking at that side. He undone his shirt's button and pulled out his belt. He didn't notice Jimin. He was already very tired, but as soon as he turned around, he saw Jimin's calm face who was sleeping peacefully. His face turned red because of rage, eyes filled with blood. He was fuming in anger. He was still holding his belt. He picked the glass of water from the side table and threw on Jimin's face with full force. Jimin woke up by gasping the air. He saw the man's angry face and belt in his hand. He got panic and started screaming, thinking he would hit him. He curled up into a small fluffy ball. Men, how dare you to come here, you bloody... Jimin, please don't hurt me. Men, hurt? I will kill you. Angrily threw the belt near his foot, but it hit him. Jimin, ah! Men grabbed Jimin's arm. I won't let you stay here for even a second. Dragging him. Didn't I tell you to not show me your face again? After ruining everything, you still have the courage to show up. Jimin, trying to free himself and screaming, ah, Oma, Appa, Cookie, save Minnie, you monster, leave Minnie, ah. Biting and hitting him, leave Minnie. Men, leave you, I never wanted to see you. You are uninvited in my house. Jimin kept struggling and trying his best to free himself by hitting, biting, and scratching him, but no use. The man was very powerful as compared to Jimin. He was dragging Jimin through the staircase. Jimin tried to hold the staircase with his one hand and stuck his feet in a staircase wooden stand, but the man harshly pulled him without looking at him and he fell on the staircase. His feet were badly twisted. He started crying, but his crying wasn't reaching at the man's ear because of rage. He dragged Jimin to the entrance and threw him out. Men, don't you dare to show me your face again. This is my final warning to you. If next time I see you, I won't hesitate to kill you. Remember this. Slammed the door on his face and left. Jimin, no, 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 no. Tried to stand but fell because of his twisted leg. Uma! Somehow crawled to the door and banged it. Uma! Appa! Cookie! Open the door! Minnie's outside! Uma! He started crying while banging the door. People who were passing by there looking at him with weird eyes. Some tried to help him, but he didn't let anyone come closer to him. Few minutes passed, but he was still sitting there and banging the door in this hope that perhaps the man's anger would calm down and he opened the door for him. Soon Cookie, Mr. and Mrs. Min came there. They panicked to see Jimin outside of the house and crying while choking his breath. Cookie ran to him and said, Cookie, Minnie! Jimin heard Cookie's voice and hugged him tightly. Save Minnie! Cookie will save Minnie. Minnie has no need to be afraid. Mrs. Min, Minnie, what happened? What are you doing here? And why are you crying? Jimin, monster hurts Minnie. Mr. Min, monster? There is no monster. You must have seen some nightmare. Jimin, shaking his head vigorously. No, Minnie, she monster. Couldn't form sentences. Cookie rubbed Jimin's back. Minnie shouldn't cry. Mrs. Min, holding Jimin's hand. Let's go inside. Oma is with Minnie. Oma will see how monster will dare to hurt Minnie. Jimin, about to stand but fell, started crying while holding his feet. Cookie, what happened, Minnie? Bending to check Jimin's feet. Grandpa, see, Minnie's feet became big. Swell. Mrs. Min saw Jimin's swollen feet. Oh no, Minnie, you don't need to worry about anything. Your Appa will carry you. Mr. Min, come Minnie, don't cry. Now we all are here. Mr. Min carried Jimin in his arms and brought him inside the house after Mrs. Min unlocked the door. Mr. Min carefully placed Jimin on the couch. Jimin was looking so terrified. Mrs. Min went to bring water for him. Mr. Min went to bring the bags which they left at the entrance. Cookie was with Jimin and wiping his tears. The man saw him from a staircase balcony and became more mad. He quickly came downstairs. Men, as expected, you didn't go from here. How can I forget that you are that leech who doesn't leave person even after sucking all the blood from their body? You won't leave until I throw you out of there. I will fulfill your this wish too. Grabbed his arm. Jimin, ah, hitting him. Leave me, Uma, Appa, Cookie. Men, shut up. Nobody will help you. Started dragging him. Cookie went to him. Meow meow, leave Minnie. Minnie didn't do anything wrong. Why is Meow Meow hurting Minnie? Mrs. Min ran there after hearing Jimin's scream. Yoongi, leave him. What the hell are you doing? Mr. Min, Yoongi, his feet are already injured. Trying to free Jimin. He isn't well. He needs us. Yoongi slightly pushed him. I don't care either he is alive or dead. There is no place for him in my house. Yoongi was about to throw him out, but he collapsed on his chest. He was about to fall, but Yoongi grabbed his tiny waist to prevent him from falling. Cookie, Minnie, 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 Moni, Grandpa, see, Minnie isn't wiggy. Minnie, Minnie, Minnie. Started hitting Yoongi. Meow meow hurt Minnie. Yoongi rolled his eyes. Not again. Picked Jimin in his arms and placed him on the couch. Cookie hitting Yoongi's thighs. Meow meow bad. Yoongi looked at Cookie. Don't overreact. Nothing happened to him. He's just acting. He's the biggest attention seeker. Stop giving him attention. He will be fine by himself. Mrs. Min, shut up, Yoongi. Rubbing Jimin's hands. His hands are very cold. Looking at Mr. Min, call the doctor fast. Mr. Min, I'm calling. Yoongi, take Minnie to your room. Yoongi, I'm not taking him anywhere. He is nothing to us. Why are you all worrying about this cheap boy? How can you forget what he did to us? We have no connection with him. I will throw him out of our house. There is no place for such type of cold dick. Cut off by hard slap. Mrs. Min slapped him. He is my son. I won't listen a single word against my son. He will stay here with us. Pick him and take him to your room. I'm not in a mood of any argument. Did you understand? Yoongi didn't say anything. He picked Jimin in his arms and took him in his room. Cookie, Mr. and Mrs. Min were in their room. Yoongi was standing outside the room and was thinking why they were overreacting. Doctor was checking Jimin. Jimin suddenly woke up. He saw a doctor holding the injection. He got panic attacked and started screaming and throwing the things. Everyone was trying to handle him. Jimin throwing pillow and blanket. Do 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 don't come near me. I'm warning you. Mr. Min, Minnie, baby, Oma and Appa are here. You don't need to be scared. Calm down. Doctor is just checking Minnie. My Minnie is a good boy, aren't you? Jimin throwing lamp on him. No, don't come near me. Trying to stand up but fell. Ah! Mrs. Min, Minnie. Cookie climbing on the bed and going to him. Minnie, calm down. Cookie is here. Hugged him tightly. Cookie will protect Minnie. Jimin pushed Cookie. He was so scared. He wasn't in his right sense. Cookie kept hugging him tightly and trying to give him his love and comfort. Yoongi was shocked to see him like this. Jimin was totally devastated. Yoongi,
Minnie, leave me. I don't want to talk to you.
Minnie,
Why don't you talk with Minnie? What wrong did Minnie do?
Yoongi pushed him.
Don't you dare to talk with me.
Jimin again hugged him.
Don't you know Minnie can't leave you alone? Minnie is here to protect you.
Yoongi,
Yeah. Minnie can protect Uni. Uni just saw how Minnie protect Uni by complaining to mom.
Jimin,
Minnie didn't complain to Oma.
Mrs. Min,
Minnie was only worried about Uni. What if Uni falls from the tree?
Yoongi again pushed him.
Don't touch me. Stay away from me. I climbed on the tree for Minnie only. Minnie wanted to eat fruits. Because of Minnie, Mommy scolded me. Don't talk to me.
Jimin hugged him tightly despite being pushed away again and again.
Minnie won't leave Uni ever. Minnie and Uni will always stay together.
Yoongi,
Whatever. I won't keep Minnie with me.
Jimin showing him tangerine.
If Minnie will give Uni tangerine.
Yoongi immediately took tangerine from his hand.
Tangerine? Where did you get it from?
Jimin,
That rude neighbor aunt who has two big scary cat dogs. She brought a lot of tangerine. Minnie knows Uni must be sad because Oma scolded Uni. So Minnie sneaked in that rude aunt's garden and brought one tangerine for Uni.
Yoongi,
Minnie's thumb. Who told Minnie to go there? What if those scary dogs bite Minnie?
Jimin,
Minnie runs so fast, dogs can't chase Minnie, and Minnie isn't scared of anyone. Uni just eat tangerine. If Uni wants more, Minnie will bring more for Uni. Minnie can fight with dogs for Uni.
Yoongi smiled,
My sneaky Minnie.
wrapped his arms around Jimin. Yoongi, what happened to him? He never is scared of anyone and anything. He used to fight against everyone. Now he is this broken. That means he isn't acting. He is really this scared. But what happened to him? How did a fearless boy become this coward? What happened with him in the past few years? Time skipped after some times. Jimin was sleeping in Yoongi's room with Cookie. Mr. and Mrs. Min were sitting in the living room with Yoongi. Yoongi had so many questions. Mr. Min, we know you have so many questions regarding Minnie. Sit here, we will tell you everything. Yoongi sat there. Tell me exactly what happened to him and where did you get him from? Mrs. Min, few days ago we went to meet Yumi and Jihoo. While returning, Cookie went to hospital while chasing a butterfly. There he found Minnie who was screaming and doctors were trying to handle him. Yoongi, he was in the military hospital? Hyang and Nona never told us. Mr. Min, because they themselves didn't know about it. Minnie was there from the past 1 year. Yungi, why was he there? Where are his parents? Why did you two bring him here? How can you forget what happened because of him? No, I won't let him live here. Tomorrow morning I will drop him off at his parents'. Mr. Min, where would you drop him? Yungi, Busan, at his parents' home? Mr. Min, they aren't there. Yungi, then I will drop him off wherever they were. Mrs. Min, they are no more. 2 years ago they died. Yungi, what? How? A few years ago they were perfectly alright. Mr. Min, when, how, where, we don't know anything. Minnie has no one with whom he can live, so now onwards he will stay with us. Yungi, so Minnie's this condition is the result of his parents' death? And why doesn't he have anyone? Did you forget his fiancée? Mr. Min, no, you are thinking wrong. Minnie has known about his parents' death. There is a big reason behind this condition. Yungi, what else can be the reason? And what happened to his voice? Why was he talking like a kid? He's behaving like Cookie. Oh, now I understand. It's a trap. He is perfectly fine and acting. You all are supporting him in his drama. Mrs. Min, we aren't doing any drama. Minnie isn't acting. Minnie is mentally unstable. He slipped in little space because of what happened to him. Left up trauma. Yungi, trauma? Little space? What do you mean? I don't understand anything. And what happened to him? Mrs. Min, by body he is an adult, but by mind he is a child. Mr. Min, do you remember Minnie's dream of going abroad? Yungi, how can I forget that? Mr. Min, what happened, Mr. Park? Why are you laughing? Mr. Park, why am I laughing? You tell such a nice joke. Mr. Min, when did I tell a joke? I'm talking about Yungi and Minnie's wedding. Mr. Park again laughed. Stop it, Mr. Min. I can't breathe. Mrs. Park, holding Mr. Park's hand. Stop it. What are you doing? Mr. Park, what is stop said? Didn't you hear what he said? Did you see his courage? Mrs. Min, what do you mean? Mr. Park, you want to listen the truth? Then listen. I can't marry my son with your spoiled son. How dare you even think that we will marry our son with yours? My son was born to shine abroad, not to run beside the street thugs family of Kun. Mr. Min, what are you saying? My son isn't spoiled. He is very responsible. He will always make Minnie happy. In fact, no one can Minnie happier than my son. Mr. Park, we all know how responsible your son is. He only breaks people's bone. He can never fulfill my son's dreams. There is no match between my son and yours. My son was born to shine, not like your son, who is known for his hooliganism. I already find a perfect man for him who will fulfill his all the dreams. I already fixed their marriage. Now he will go to abroad and live his life happily there. Stay away from my son. Mrs. Min stood up. Enough. We are here to ask Minnie for our son, not to insult my son. Money can never buy happiness. My son may not give him a luxurious life, may not fulfill his dream of foreign, but he can give your son his love, his loyalty, his whole life, which you can never buy with money. Mrs. Park, Mrs. Min, please don't be mad. He didn't mean to say this. Mrs. Min, we understood what he wanted to say. Don't try to define him. But remember my words. Minnie's happiness is only with my son. Mr. Park, I heard enough of your nonsense. Get lost from here, otherwise, I have to kick you two out. That's the problem of you small people. We give you our finger and you hold our hand. You thought if you and your goon son trap my son in your sugar coated words, then you will take over my property. I know the intention of you cheap people very well. You don't have courage to earn anything and want to manipulate innocent people. Mr. Min, Mr. Park, because of our friendship, we are hearing this. Mr. Park, holding Mr. and Mrs. Min's hand and throwing them out. Get lost from here. Mrs. Park, Mr. Park, what are you doing? Mr. Park, what I have done years ago. Let's go inside. Now onwards, they are nothing to us. Keep your eyes on Minnie. Minnie shouldn't go near them. Yungi's eyes filled with blood because of rage, remembering the humiliation of his parents. Mr. Min saw Yungi's mad face and blood-filled eyes. He placed his hand on his shoulder and softly called him. Mr. Min, Yungi? Yungi, how can I forget those memories, Dad? His dad showed his power of money. He didn't satisfy by humiliating you two, Dad. He forced us to leave our house, your job, my studies. He demolished our house and forced us to live under the open sky in snowy weather. You may forget everything, but I still remember every single thing. Because of him, I became a mafia. Mrs. Min, Yungi, don't poison your heart. Mrs. Park and Minnie were innocent. Yungi, innocent? If they were innocent, they would help us not to stay silent and watch everything like a statue. Your so-called innocent Minnie was living his best life when we were struggling to get a shed. Mr. Min, no, Yungi, you are thinking wrong. Minnie wasn't living his best life. Once we left the city, Minnie was forced to engage Shin Hye. After that, he went to abroad with him. 1 month happily passed. Minnie got the admission of his dream university. But after that, he found out the truth that Shin Hye was a fraudster. He married some other girls and boys, giving them degree to take them abroad, and took the money from their parents. He tried to run away from there and informed to police, but got caught. His passport was with Shahan. Shin Hye sold him with other trapped young girls and boys. There was a big racket. So many people were involved in this. Shin Hye wasn't alone. 1.5 years ago, Minnie and other young girls and boys were rescued under the mission. They all was living hell. Some died during the treatment, so some lost the will of living. Minnie slept in little space. 1 year ago, he was sent to military. In military hospital, his treatment was undergoing. In their investigation, they found out Mr. and Mrs. Park already died. Cookie was the first one who was able to calm him down. By great difficulties, we brought him here. He is recovering. He needs us. Yoongi, his wounds are still raw. When he saw your angry face, he got panic attack. Yoongi, don't you dare to come closer to me. Jimin, Yuni, please listen to me. I really didn't know why did that this to you. I'm really sorry. Yoongi, sorry? Mark my words, Park Jimin. For which future your dad this to us will shatter soon. You will see living hell. Your happiness builds on our pain. You will face worse than this. You will never get happiness. You will die daily, just like I am dying to see my parents' helplessness because of my love. Remember this. Pushed him and left. Mr. Min, shaking him. Yoongi, are you listening? Yoongi flinched hard. Yeah. Who, who, who did this to him? Tell me his name. I won't leave him. Mrs. Min, they all got their punishment. They are in prison. The police rescued all the victims and the judge has announced the verdicts. But is punishing the criminal the real justice? Does the victim's pain disappear once the guilty are punished? Can a victim truly return to a normal life again? No judgment can heal Minnie's wounds. Wounds are healed with care and warmth, not by giving pain to someone else. We don't know about you, but for him, we will become that healing balm. We will teach him how to live again, how to move forward. Minnie isn't alone. We are his parents and we will always stay by his side. Yoongi's parents left. Instantly, the guilt surrounded Yoongi. The words he had once said to Jimin echo in his mind. Yoongi, somewhere I'm also responsible for what happened to him today. I was the one who cursed his happiness. I was the one who said his future would only become worse. In my anger and pain, I destroyed his life, even though I never wanted that. The situation was unbearable. I trusted no one. I never imagined my words would ruin his life. I always wanted his happiness. Yet nothing good ever happened. Just once I said something terrible and it came true. Why? Why did I say those things to him? I knew how close he was to my family, yet I pushed him away. I never confessed my love to him. How would he ever know I loved him? How could I expect him to stand against his parents and his dreams for me? How stupid I was. They say a curse spoken from a broken heart never goes empty. You may pray 1,000 good wishes and nothing happens, but one sentence spoken in anger becomes reality. That's why people say never speak in anger. You never know which word may come true. Yoongi didn't say those things. out of hatred. He spoke from pain, from helplessness. He had no idea his words would destroy Jimin's life. Real justice is not only punishing the guilty, it is helping the victim return to life and giving them a dignified chance to live again. Yoongi entered his room. Jimin and Cookie were sleeping together. He slowly raised his hand forward Jimin's face, but memories of their childhood flashed before his eyes. Little Jimin standing up and fighting for him. Yoongi,
Have you lost your mind? Why did you fight with him? He was your friend.
Jimin,
So what? How dare he to push Uni and punch? Minnie will break all his bones. Uni just leaves Minnie.
Yoongi,
No, I won't leave Minnie. You always fight and everyone thought I am the one who taught you this. If Oma
Jimin's mom,
sees you like this, Oma will scold Minnie.
Jimin,
So what? Minnie isn't scared of Mom.
biting Yoongi's hand and free himself.
First Minnie will beat him properly. Only then Minnie will sit here.
Angrily ran from there. Yoongi face palmed himself.
Ah, this little Toronto. Minnie, wait.
Ran behind him. Jimin,
No. Please don't hurt me. Don't come near me.
Yoongi, my words have been turned my fearless Minnie into a coward. The boy who wasn't scared of anything now started shaking just by someone's presence. Touched Jimin's face. I can't even imagine what kind of hell he must have borne there. What I did, regretting badly. Yoongi slowly came out. Cookie woke up and found Jimin was sleeping and Yoongi left. He slowly jumped from the bed and ran to Yoongi, who was sitting at the balcony. He slowly tugged his pants. Cookie, tugging Yoongi's pants.
Meow meow.
Yoongi, without looking at him. What are you doing here? Cookie,
Meow meow is still awake. Meow meow should also sleep.
Yoongi, I'm not sleepy. Cookie,
Cookie is mad at Meow meow. Meow meow hurt Minnie.
Yoongi, I didn't mean to hurt him. I was mad to see him after years. Cookie,
Why was Meow Meow mad at Minnie? Minnie is so sweet. How did Meow Meow know Minnie?
Yoongi, Jimin, scared.
Cookie? Oma? Appa? Where are you? Minnie is so scared.
Hearing Jimin screaming, everyone ran there. Cookie found Jimin was on the floor, crying while holding his feet. Yoongi went to him, but he got scared. Mr. and Mrs. Min were about to enter, but stopped at door frame after seeing Yoongi there. Cookie,
Minnie, Cookie's here. Why are you scared?
Jimin slowly looked at Cookie,
Cookie,
hugged him tightly,
don't leave me alone.
looking at Yoongi, who was walking towards him.
Ah, monster.
Cookie,
Minnie, he isn't a monster. He is Meow Meow. She only looks scary. He isn't scary at all. He's so cute, but not more than Minnie.
Jimin,
Don't come near.
Yoongi, relax, I won't hurt you. He carried Jimin in his arms and carefully placed him on the bed, hanging his legs. He brought the ointment and sat on the floor. Cookie gave Jimin his pulsey and sat beside Yoongi on the floor. Jimin was so scared and looking at Yoongi. Yoongi placing Jimin's leg on his lap. Relax, I won't eat you. Cookie,
Yes, Minnie. Cookie's here. Cookie's watching Meow Meow.
Jimin,
Ah.
Yoongi applying ointment. Easy, just bear it a little. Cookie blowing.
Minnie, Cookie's blowing. It won't burn.
Yoongi lightly massaging his foot. Is this okay? Jimin, Cookie,
Minnie, Cookie's with Minnie. Meow Meow won't hurt Minnie. Minnie doesn't know Meow Meow. Cookie will introduce Meow Meow to Minnie. Meow Meow is Cookie's Dada's brother, and Meow Meow Minnie is.
Yoongi, I know him. Cookie looked at Jimin.
Minnie, you know Meow Meow, then why is Minnie scared of Meow Meow?
Jimin, no.
I don't know monsters.
Cookie looking at Yoongi with cute suspicious eyes.
Why is Meow Meow lying?
Yoongi while massaging Jimin's leg. I'm not lying. You can ask mom and dad. We were childhood friends. He stayed in my house until his parents dragged him to their house. Cookie,
Really? Then why doesn't Minnie remember anything?
Yoongi, because he forgot his past because of his illness, and with dad are all the childhood memories too. Looking at Cookie, soon he will remember everything. Don't worry. Smiling. Yoongi massaged Jimin's feet and put him in sleep along with Cookie. He slept on the couch while looking at Jimin, who was secretly watching him through his blanket. Mr. and Mrs. Min were standing at the door frame and watching them. They felt light after seeing Yoongi's caring side for Jimin. Time skipped after a few months. A few months passed. Jimin was still hesitant to go closer to Yoongi. He always maintained a safe distance from him, but if he didn't see Yoongi, he waited for him and asked about him. Yoongi always tried to make Jimin comfortable around him. Right now, Yoongi was sitting in the living room doing meeting online. Jimin was secretly looking at him. Everyone was sleeping in their room. Only Yoongi was awakened. Yoongi saw him and called him. Jimin went to him holding a full bucket of ice cream. Yoongi raised his one eyebrow and Jimin showed him a bucket of ice cream. Yoongi refused him and sent him back and again started doing meeting. Jimin was very stubborn. He again came back, but this time by crawling and pulling his pants. Yoongi tried to ignore him, but he was making so cute face. Yoongi's heart melted. He cancelled his meeting and fed him ice cream. Jimin fed him too. Cookie was watching them standing at a staircase. He came here while searching for Jimin. Cookie,
Meow Meow and Minnie are eating ice cream without Cookie. It's not fair.
Jimin, looking at Cookie,
Cookie, come here fast. Monster is feeding Minnie super tasty ice cream.
Cookie, running to them.
Meow Meow, feed Cookie too. Ah.
Yoongi was happily feeding Jimin and Cookie ice cream. They all were talking and laughing together. Mr. and Mrs. Min were watching them through the staircase. Mr. Min, after ages, we saw Yoongi laughing wholeheartedly. Mrs. Min, Yoongi is happy because Minnie is with him. Only Minnie can laugh Yoongi like this. Mr. Min, the day isn't far when these two will be one again, like family. Mrs. Min, let's go and let them enjoy themselves. Time skipped after a few weeks. A few weeks passed like this. Now Jimin was more comfortable with Yoongi. Yoongi took a break from his work and gave all his attention to Jimin. He took him all those places where in childhood they used to go. He consulted the best psychiatrist for him. He tried everything, whatever they suggested him, but Jimin still didn't come from the little space. Mr. and Mrs. Min supported Yunmin as much as they could. Cookie was with Jimin as shadow. Right now, Yoongi was talking with Jimin's psychiatrist. Jimin was waiting outside with Cookie. Yoongi, I don't understand why Minnie still hasn't come out from his little space. You told us that this condition wasn't permanent. We tried all those things which you suggested to us. Then why isn't he recovering? Doctor, I have also the same question. Mr. Min, Jimin's all the reports are normal. He is answering all the questions well. He is recognizing all the things and details. It's like something is stopping Jimin to come back in his normal life. Look like he is very comfortable in his this little space phase and doesn't want to be normal again. He is stopping his mind. Maybe because of his past trauma, he is afraid to lose everything again. Yoongi, but why would he do this? He knew that we all loved him. Doctor, maybe he thought if he would be normal, then everyone will accept maturity from him. Maybe they didn't listen to him. Maybe he can't do the things this freely like he does now. Maybe he doesn't want to remember his past. Maybe he is scared. Yoongi, then what should we do? How would we make him realize that we are with him? Doctor, it's simple. Just make him believe in you that no matter what happens, you won't change. You won't force him to change. You won't stop him. And more importantly, you will love him as he is. Yoongi, I'm ready to do this. Doctor, there is a risk. Yoongi, what risk? Doctor, if he fails to understand your feeling, then maybe his subconscious mind won't allow him to come back. In short, he can sleep in little space forever. Are you ready to take this risk? Yoongi, I'm ready to take any risk for my love, even though if I fail, my love for him won't change. I have loved his soul since childhood. For me, it doesn't matter whether he is normal or in little space. He is mine, and only he will be my better half. For this, if I have to wait my whole life, then I'm ready to wait. No one can understand him better than me. Time skipped in the evening. Yungi decorated the terrace with beautiful flowers, balloons, and lights. Cookie helped him in the decoration. Yungi was going to express his feelings for the first time. He didn't believe in expressing his feelings, he believed in to feel love, not to say. He was so nervous. He never did this before, so it felt so hard for him. He practiced with Cookie. When everything was done, Mr. and Mrs. Min brought Jimin to the terrace and removed his blindfold. They all left with Cookie. Jimin was mesmerized to see the decoration. He loved it. He picked the small heart-shaped balloon from the floor and walking here and there, calling for Yungi. As soon as he stopped at the center, so many rose petals showered on him from every direction. He was so happy to see that. Yungi softly called him and he happily turned around just to find Yungi was standing behind him holding a flower tiara. Yungi holding a flower tiara. Minnie? Jimin.
It's so beautiful. Can Minnie touch it, please?
Yungi. No, Minnie can't touch it. Jimin. Sad pout.
Okay.
Yungi saw his sad pout. Minnie can't touch it because. Turning Jimin to glass wall and placing the tiara on his head, Minnie wears it. Look at the mirror. Jimin saw his reflection.
Thank you. It's so pretty.
Yungi, no, my Minnie is the prettiest. Jimin, blushing hard.
Thank you.
Yungi, placing his hands on Jimin's shoulders. Minnie, you know, we are childhood friends. You used to stay with my family. For my parents, you are their son even more than me. Cookie loves you. My parents love you. For us, you will always be the same Minnie who wins for every single thing. I just want you to be assured that whether you stay in little space or normal, nothing will change. Your place is secure in our hearts. You don't need to force your mind. You don't need to stay in little space because of this fear that we may not accept you. We already accepted you. We love your this cute, naughty, childish side as well as mature adult side. I promise you, our love for you will never change. You will always be as important for us as you are right now. Nothing will change. Kneeling down on his one knee, holding Jimin's hand. I never expressed my love to you. I never expressed my feelings. I never showed what you are for me. We had been together since the childhood. Nobody can understand you better than me, and nobody can make me as happier as you. So, Minnie, will you be mine forever? Uni wants to spend his entire life with Minnie only. Will you be my better half and protect me like you used to do in childhood? Your past doesn't matter to me. For me, only you matter. Your smile matters. Your companion matters. Your happiness matters. I really love you and want to fill your life with happiness and prosperity. Will you give me a chance to make you mine forever? I only want my Minnie who trusted his uni more than anything. Return me my Minnie who never scared of anyone and anything, who never listened to anyone, who was so brave to handle everything alone, who promised me to protect me. I'm with you, Cookies with you, my parents are with you. You really don't need to be scared. We are your family. Come back to us. We won't judge you. We won't ask any questions. We won't force you to do anything. Just come back. I know you trust us. You also want this. You also want to live a normal life, right? Come, Minnie. Jimin, looking at Yunki. Yuni? I? Jimin was about to say something, but before he could say anything, he collapsed on Yunki. Yunki carefully carried him in his arms and took him in their room. Everyone was waiting for him to regain his consciousness. Jimin's psychiatrist was with him and monitoring him. They already brought him beforehand. They were ready to handle any kind of accident. Soon, Jimin regained his consciousness. Doctor talked with him and sent Yunki in room to talk with Jimin. The rest were waiting outside. Yunki, Minnie, are you alright? Jimin, Yuni? Yunki, you are talking normally. It means you are out of your little space. Jimin, you said so many things. I have full trust in you. It's my good fortune to be your life partner, but you don't know the truth. You don't know about my past. You don't want to keep you in the darkness. I cut off. Yungi, placing his finger on Jimin's lips. Shh. I know everything about you, which I should know. Neither do I need to know anything, nor do you need to remember anything. Forget the past. Now it's the time to make new memories, to make our family. You, me, Cookie, Hyang, Nuna, Mom, and Dad. You don't need to look behind. You just need to walk forward with me, with our family. Wiping Jimin's tears with his thumb and cupping his face. Will you be mine? Jimin slowly nodded his head. I will be yours. They both hugged each other tightly and shared a kiss. Cookie happily ran to them. Jimin quickly carried Cookie in his arms and they all hugged again. Mr. and Mrs. Min were standing outside and watching them with glossy eyes. Their eyes were filled with happiness to see their children together. Mr. Min, finally the day came when our sons get back their love. Mrs. Min, I knew it. They both are made for each other only. No problem, no misunderstanding, no fight, no distance can separate them from each other. Jimin, so Mr. and Mrs. Min. Oma, Appa, what are you doing there? Come here. Your Minnie wants a hug. Mrs. Min, wiping her tears. Coming. Is punishing a criminal truly justice for a victim? And after the punishment, can a victim really live their life the same way again? People say time heals pain, but the truth is, time doesn't lessen the pain, it only teaches us how to live with it. Some wounds never leave, even after they heal, they stay quietly inside the heart. A victim receives real justice not when the guilty are punished, but when they are able to live freely again, without fear, without shame, and without their past defining them. You may never completely erase someone's scars, but love and respect can help them forget the weight of those scars and slowly learns to smile again. Harsh words, pride, and blind judgment can wound as deeply as cruelty. When we refuse to understand another's pain, not every shining opportunity is a blessing. Some dreams become traps when truth is ignored. Healing doesn't come from revenge, but from patience, safety, and someone who chooses to stay before chasing desire or condemning a person. Seek truth because compassion rebuilds what suffering destroys. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was the requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Never judge a book by its cover. This story was based on this topic. We often judge people by their appearance and their first impression. We believe what we see and hear, but most of the time, the people who look decent and perfect are the most cunning one, and who looks villain types are the ones who genuinely help people. When you are totally broken, you can't believe in love and relationship. Sometimes you have to wait to win the trust of broken people. If a person accepts you with your worst side, then no one can love you more than that person. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with a new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your season. Thanks for watching.